All right, 3 o'clock, Odyssey.com, rewind. You missed anything? We have Brad Holmes audio. He spoke today. And I want to save people time. Don't get upset. But we don't have to agree with everything Brad Holmes does to still come to the conclusion he's very good at what he does. But I'm not going to overreact. But if I take him at his word, I thought he said something today that's going to put me at odds all offseason. So I want to play this for you and then explain it. There's no anger. I'm just telling you this was a little off-putting to me, being that we just created the S-Bob era, Super Bowl or bust. Take a listen to what Brad Holmes said about their plan, how they build, and how they attack the offseason. Take a listen. Let me give you my read. There's no anger, not yelling about it. I'm just shooting you straight. Man, I don't want to hear about that B word. I don't want to hear about building. And I don't want to hear about patience or sticking to plan or, hey, I'm just pre-justifying the things we don't do. No. I told you where I'm at. You could think I'm half a horse's ass. You could think I'm brilliant or somewhere in between. I'm all in. I am all in if I'm the Lions. And I'm emulating exactly what the 49ers have done the last 3 seasons. All in. You can't trade for Christian McCaffrey. I just did. You can't package 3 first-round picks to go up and get the quarterback. I just did. You can't go get Chase Young. I did. Randy Gregory, bad human. Don't care. Like, I'm all in to bring a Super Bowl to Detroit. What I'm not down for is, well, we have cap responsibility. Someone show me the salary cap's even real.
It's not.
The Saints should have filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy if the cap was real.
The automatic buy because they can't play.
Well, we're going to have to pay Aiden Hutchinson in 3 years. It bugged me a little because I know I want them at the forefront of aggression. Pedal down. We got to be aggressive now.
But it also goes to the whole, they have a brand. They're only going to bring in Lion type of people. I'm paraphrasing. If it doesn't fit that culture, they're not going to bring a person in just to bring that person in. I've said it before. Yeah, you were within your window. You got to cash in and you got to make some moves. You're going to have to probably get maybe some tough decisions. But yes, if somebody who can get you over the edge as a 1-year rental, and look, you took C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Not a great guy. Looks like, but you took a chance on him. You got to do that more often. You got to go out there and be willing to just, I'm not going to say to the F them picks, but almost close to that. The Rams did and said, we don't care. They won.
Niners have done the same thing.
You don't want to sit there with a bunch of capital, but you're constantly getting bounced out in the first round.
Now, the way we could play this is this. If you think Rico and I are getting ahead of ourselves, if you have full faith, like what I don't like doing is, well, whatever Brad decides is good by me. What are you, a lemming?
Well, that's kind of the same thing. It was the whole, Dan Campbell gambled and got us here, so you never question him.
But it's okay to question. Doesn't mean you're yelling and screaming about it. It doesn't mean you don't like the person.
It is 2024. You do not question people. You are all into whatever their dogma is.
Okay. Hard to argue that, but I'm going to try. So 248-539-9797. Like Rico and I, it's Super Bowl or bust. Who's with us on this? Or did you actually like what you heard? I don't think there's any yelling about this. I don't think this is a yellable topic. But I have said, if there is pick a player along the defensive line that's a disruptor and they're a Pro Bowler and they become available, guess what I'm going to do on the air?
But see,
I want the Lions to go get them.
But see, here's the problem that'll happen is kind of like Holmes today. The fans will then keep the receipts. Well, we went after this guy and he was a bust and he didn't help us win because it's not going to happen. Most of the time, you're going to try to get players. only one team gets to win. Mike, you know this from watching your Yankees play. Different sport, but the Yankees go out and get all types of people. No. But it doesn't mean they win, but they will do whatever they can to try to get over the top, to get that advantage. The best kind of culture you can have here in Detroit is winning. You experience that right now. It's why a lot of people are still angry right now, because you got a taste of winning. In order to keep that thing going, you got to go out there and you got to bring in players who may not be Boy Scouts, who may not fit your culture, but they can help you win.
It's an arms race.
Yes.
That's what the NFL is. You escalate until it implodes, and then you de-escalate until it's time to escalate again. That's it. Otherwise, what are you on, that treadmill of mediocrity? No, Brad, you're right. It's not a cute thing. This team is built well. No one has said that more than me.
No, but I think a lot of people, it's the proverbial, we want to win, and we want to show that we can win the right way.
Yeah,
there is no right way to winning. It's either you win or you don't.
Yeah, like now I do it. Like as we enter the offseason, I expect the Lions to be in on big free agents. I expect the Lions to swing a bold trade. I expect them, and again, Holmes has done... He has crafted what he is about, which is I target my guys and I take them. I don't care where you think I should take them. I targeted this player because I believe he had a top 5 grade, Jahmyr Gibbs. And it worked. Mm-hmm. Would I take it back at 12? No. But he did, and he got paid to do it. And he was right. Gibbs is a very good player. Mm-hmm. It was never about the player. It was about the position. So do I have confidence in the first round if he has a guy who has a top 10 grade, that player's sitting there at 16, that Holmes will be on the phone? Yeah, I have confidence in that. But it's the free agency, the trade. They have to go out and add 3 defensive players of high note.
I'm hoping.
And they will be a Super Bowl team. So I want to know where the people are at with it. David, what did you take away from Holmes' comments?
Here's what I took from Holmes' comments. When he talks about sticking to the plan, what is the plan? As a fan, we talked about during the season when you say, okay, well, they're ahead of schedule. Well, things change then. If you're ahead of schedule, there's no ahead of schedule anymore. You are there. Everyone believes that you are the second best team in the NFC. Now you have to act as such in the offseason. Sometimes you have to go out and use draft picks to get a guy. You have to spend money to get a guy. There's no sticking to the plan. You're just going to draft here, draft there, nice guys or guys that fit your system here. Sometimes you have to go out and get a guy.
Or like I said, a rental player. There's a Jadeveon Clowney.
Correct.
You know what? You go get him. Well,
Correct.
He's a bust. Don't care. He can rush the passer, 20 downs a game. Let's go get him.
All I do is hear him say this, and I go right back to the trade deadline. We like the guys that we have in our locker room. And it just, when you put it all together, it's just like, I don't know, man. Sometimes you got to do something.
Think about this. Right here, right now, I give you 2 choices. You could have given away your second-round pick and signed Montez Sweat. And how about this? Let's say the Bears, because it's in division, wanted your first. All right. So pick 28. And you would have Montez Sweat for the next 4 years, including whatever may or may not have happened on that field last week. Or blessed pick 28. See, David's got it right. I said the same thing at the deadline. Why wouldn't I say it today?
Because once you start getting good, you're going to be picking later in the draft. And how much of an impact is that pick going to be rather than the instant success that you can get? Yeah, I would have probably taken Sweat, take this pick. I'm going to take Sweat. Let's go.
And now I got Sweat and Hutch. Bookends. Look.
And then I can figure it out later if I'm going to keep him or not and if I'm going to pay him or not.
I want to be aggressive. I think they're in their Super Bowl window. You got to be aggressive. David, you had asked, what is their plan? Brad Holmes has never been shy about it. Hell, when Sheila talked, it was about drafting, taking our time, developing. To me, that goes out the window when you're in your window. It really does. The window is never open as long as you think it's going to be. It closes before you realize it. Ask the Buffalo Bills.
That's what I'm saying.
Roughly
they busted
about
open.
3 years after that.
3 years, generally 5 at max.
Right.
And don't give me the Chiefs. They have Michael Jordan.
Right. The Chiefs and the Patriots were anomalies.
Right, because
were
they
unicorns.
had.
Yes.
Exactly.
Would we all agree right here, right now, that when it's all said and done, Brady and Mahomes are 1 and 1A? It's
Yes.
Jordan, LeBron.
Yes.
Okay, those are the outliers.
But when you don't have that and you bust it through, you're in a spot where no one thought you would be, take advantage of it.
Because think about this. Where are the Bucks right now? They're not the same team as they were 3 years ago when Brady was there.
248-539-9797. We'll get to your phone calls next. 97.1.